Hey guys, before we get to the video, for more tips and tricks in the heating and air industry, please click that subscribe button. Thank you.
Hey guys, Josh for Griffin Air, serving the Middle Peninsula and the Northern Neck of Virginia, and wanted to do a video because I get one question more than any other question, it seems like. I get this question on my Facebook and my videos and everywhere, and that is, what is the best brand? Who's good, who's not? And one common trend that you'll see across our industry is most heating and air guys can just about all agree that the brand matters less than who installs it. So the installation or who installs it matters more than what brand you select. Of course, we all have our preferences. We may disagree on who's the best, but ultimately we can all agree that usually the installer matters more than the brand that they install. And so the question becomes, I've actually gotten this question, what does that mean? What does it mean to have a bad installer versus a good installer? And that's what this video is going to cover. In fact, if you found this video, we're going to do a series of videos where we're going to talk about bad installations, bad installers, and some examples that you as the homeowner can sniff out and find if you're getting a good installation or not. So check out this video, but check out the whole entire series. And our goal is to arm you, to help you figure out if you're getting a good installation or not. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, we're going to piggyback off of some of the videos we've already done on bad installations, but in this video, it's going to be one of the most common problems we see, and that is ductwork. Ductwork that was installed from the very get-go as a problem. And they wonder why every few years they're having to replace their indoor fan motor. The system's not even that old, and now the fan motor's gone bad. Well, is the ductwork sized properly? Is it undersized? Is it oversized? I can tell you that in my career, and I think a lot of heating and air guys would agree with this, we go into houses all the time and the ductwork is not sized properly. From the very get-go, when the house was built and they installed the ductwork, wasn't sized properly. Another problem we see with ductwork is leaks. We'll see air leaks, things not sealed properly. If they would just take a moment to install it, let's go ahead and get it sealed and installed properly, then they won't have issues. Maybe they don't have any mastic or tape in locations that they should so they can seal that ductwork. Maybe it's an improper connection. We'll see where they'll just kind of throw stuff together sometimes and it's not sealed properly. Another thing is if they're installing flex duct, keeping in mind sharp turns and things that could crush that flex and not allow air to pass through properly. You're now taking, say, an 8-inch flex and you're now making a really sharp turn, or maybe you're going over a piece of wire and gravity's now crushing it or whatever, and now you're making that 8-inch round duct only like a 3-inch hole of air being allowed to come through there. Another thing, I did a whole video on spider systems, spider ductwork systems, or in some parts of the country, I think they call them octopus systems. But basically, it's where they just set a plenum coming right off the unit, and then they have all their ductwork just coming off of that plenum. There's no way to balance the airflow properly, and you're gonna have issues. Usually issues with one room not being the same temperature as other rooms because it's not getting the proper amount of airflow or things are not balanced properly. Another thing is we'll see blocked vents or blocked returns, and that kind of gets back to when the house is built. You know, using a little common sense. Are you putting the return behind where the homeowner is probably going to put a couch, right? We see that all the time. Another thing would be ductwork that doesn't have any insulation on it. And I know there's different applications, there's different parts of the country where they say a certain amount of insulation is good here or there, but here's one thing I can tell you is if it's a supply duct coming through, it's not insulated at all, well, it probably needs to be insulated. And the last thing I'll say is we see issues with ductwork all the time being restricted in one way, shape, or form. These are all things that if you are having a new system installed, that installers should take into account if they need to get static pressure readings or make sure ductwork is sized properly. Take a moment, let's get everything right the first time so that way you as the homeowner don't have future issues. Hope that helps. Thanks for watching. The last thing I'll say is if you're in the market for a new heating and air system and you're in Virginia in the Middle Peninsula or the Northern Neck, give Griffin Air a call. We'll give you a free estimate and the best warranty in the area. But if you're not in our coverage area, check out my new website. I've even got a little banner up here, newhvacguide.com. Check out that site because we've put so much information on there. It's as if I wrote a book telling folks, hey, here's the good and the bad. Avoid this or that. I've even got a whole page called no-nos, things to stay away from. And so before you spend thousands, check out that website. And finally, for more tips and tricks in the heating and air industry, click that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.